Hey guys, my name is Miska and welcome to Overwatch Central. You've seen loads and loads of videos from us and other people on YouTube. Reddit post after Reddit post talking about goats and how goats is dead or goats is dying. Now even some of our own videos asking, oh, is goats dead and such? And honestly the answer to a lot of those questions is no, it isn't, but it kinda is, or well, is it really? The Overwatch meta isn't really just as simple as a comp being dead or not. That's just not how it works. That's not really how it's ever worked. Most people in Overwatch right now play at a gold or platinum level, and at that level a lot of the whole meta talk doesn't even apply. So I want to kind of take that whole message, but talk about how the current meta is probably one of the best ones we've ever been in, for a couple very good reasons. Let's just get started straight away. I'm not here to talk about pick rate or win rates because, let's be honest, there's not really any major change happening right now, and that's really good. If you want to play Overwatch in a way that feels maybe a little bit freer, not stuck to one meta or one type of composition too much, then honestly right now is the time. It's probably one of the best times to just try and play different compositions, try out different heroes. And I'm not even saying that as in relation to, oh, just try different heroes, it'll be more fun. A lot of people ask for these perfect Overwatch metas, or, well, these times, I guess you could say, where there is no meta and everything's just as viable. All the different team comps are just as good. But currently in this sort of meta transition time we're in right now, it's probably one of the best times to actually try out new things like that. It's kind of the perfect non-meta that a lot of people actually wish for. And whilst, yeah, if you're playing at, say, 4.5k sort of level, then there's gonna be obviously a little bit more of a defined meta, but most of us aren't at that level. And honestly, I can assure you, I hear people all the time say things like, oh, I want to get out of like plat or diamond or whatever because it's such a mess of different players. It's not like Masters or GM is much better, they have their issues too. Right now, when you don't have those sort of metas that have made their way all into, you know, regular plat and diamond games, it's honestly one of the best times to play and explore things like that. In the meantime, Blizzard are definitely ticking away and making improvements to the game. And I don't think it's going to be an overnight change at all. It's rather going to be one of those things where they work closer and closer towards getting the game to feel a lot better. Say maybe they have a big patch finally, where they have some cool reworks or some particular buffs, maybe even a new hero at the same time. And then that patch is going to be the one where people start to really appreciate all these changes that are happening now. Historically, that's pretty much always been the case with Overwatch, that there are those sort of overnight patches that make things click or make people look at the game in a different way. But a lot of the time there's quite a few steps leading up to that. And right now when we're in that process, is the perfect time to enjoy this before it gets ruined by some meta that people didn't want. And who knows what that's gonna be. I honestly don't even think that something like the Overwatch League will necessarily define a meta straight away. A lot of those teams have been practicing goats for a long time, or at least previously leading up to the preseason and, well, the start of Overwatch League Season 2, which is very soon. So you're probably gonna see a decent amount of goats. But hey, if you start seeing maybe a lot more Ashe and Widowmaker combos, those sort of Winston Diva, Ashe, Widowmaker, Mercy and Zenyatta team comps, you might start to think a little bit more for yourself, and all of a sudden when enough people see that, they might try out compositions similar to that, and all of a sudden Ashe might be that one meta DPS because she's played all the time in Overwatch League and now people want to play her more in ranked, and it turns out she's actually a pretty solid character. Those are the sort of changes and the sort of meta shifts that I think are healthy for the game, and I hope that we can expect fairly soon, because it seems like we're heading in that direction at least. All in all, what I'm saying is, if you're enjoying just playing Overwatch and you want to try out different heroes, or you're just sick of having to play a certain meta, then right now is probably the time to play something else. Even GOAT at like a sort of 3.5k level is not gonna be the greatest GOAT composition or team that has played GOATs that you've ever seen, and you can probably run things like the new buffed Reaper into that and still shred people, because guess what? Nobody's perfect, and a lot of people are pretty bad at Overwatch. Even myself, and I'm somehow in Masters. I don't really know how I ended up there, because at the end of the day, it's just a game, nobody really knows what they're doing, and a meta transition time like this is just when it is perfect to experiment. Personally, I'm really excited for this coming sort of month and a half, I guess you could say, for Overwatch, where we'll have Overwatch League Season 2 starting up, hopefully getting people more excited about ranked again and such, that into new hero teasers and Hero 30, and all the teasers, and of course the release of that hero towards the end of this month and the start of the next one, and then maybe by mid-March we can probably check in again in this sort of way, and the game will probably feel a whole lot different to a lot of people. And try to remember these changes when that happens, because honestly these are really kind of building the foundation for that type of change. So let's hope Blizzard kind of have a plan for this and know what they're doing. So far so good, so let's hope that we keep going in this direction. That's everything for this video though. Thank you very much for watching. Whilst a lot of this is kind of like my opinion and my take on it, we make so many videos videos on here where it's kind of like, oh, GOAT is dead, or this is the new meta, or Hammond is growing a lot in popularity right now, play Hammond. But there is so much more to Overwatch than just that. Anyway, like I said, that's all. Thanks again for watching, leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.